Butterfly is the most beautiful swimming stroke, but is there a safe way to swim it if you're older than 45? The main concerns when you're swimming butterfly are shoulder and lower back injuries. Who is most at risk of getting injured, and how can we prevent it? We will answer these questions and more on this video. Plus, two people sent us their video for us to look at and help them get better. You can send your video and we will help you according to your goals. I'll tell you how at the end of this video. To be clear, I'm not a doctor. I am giving you my observations and experiences. I have taught about 100 people to swim butterfly in person in our swim camps, and about half were older than 40 years. I am passionate about aquatic movement and its impact on our bodies. And I have seen what swimming butterfly can do both psychologically and physically, and it is incredible. As we age, our spine starts getting stiffer, less hydrated, and overall more prone to injury. Nicolas Santos, the Brazilian swimmer, defies all expectations. Just 3 years ago, he broke the world record in the 50 butterfly short course meters, and only last month, he broke a world record for the age group of 45 years old. He has never stopped swimming butterfly at a high level since he was a teenager. So his spine is not your typical 45-year-old spine. He has lost almost nothing in his ability to move fast in the water. Even when butterfly is very demanding on the spine, for his spine, it is nothing to worry about. His ability far exceeds his needs to swim butterfly. None of us are Nicolas Santos, but it serves as an example of what the human body is capable of at that age. How about someone who just learned to swim butterfly at the age of 45? To be honest, the beginner will not move his spine as much when trying to swim butterfly. It is not a skill we practice anywhere else. And by the age of 40, the skills we haven't practiced often will get lost. Having said that, with bad technique comes more risks of injury, like this example, where the back is completely extended past its normal range of motion. But this is just me trying to swim badly. I have good mobility for my age, and I doubt a lot of people can exaggerate this much the arch on their back. The beginner has a smaller chance of getting injured because their spine and shoulder mobility will not allow them to get into dangerous positions. The retired college swimmer who knows how to move their spine but hasn't practiced in a decade or two has a much bigger chance of getting injured. The best way to start is to practice dolphin kick with a kickboard, then using fins to get stronger and feel more speed. Then practice butterfly kicks sideways and belly up. Then the challenge becomes timing. The stroke is simple. Just move your arms in circles. But timing the kick at the same time as the last portion of the pool is the real challenge. If you manage this, you will get your arms out of the water. Then another kick is necessary to push the chest down. It might not look like a professional butterfly technique at first, but improving it just takes around 10 minutes each time you swim. Like we said in one of our past videos, it is the perfect workout. Once you can move gently and not have to rush the stroke, you can start adding speed if that's your goal, or a greater distance per stroke if your goal is to swim smoothly. The two videos that were sent to us are a little more advanced, and since we cannot see their technique on the water, let's work with what we do have. Alias Mad Dude breaks the surface at around 13 meters. That is a good distance for his underwaters. He takes 7 strokes to the other side. That means he moves 1.714 meters for every stroke, and with the speed of his arms of 54 to 58 beats per minute or cycles per minute. We have to pause the video here because the advice can be divided into two. If his goal was to move faster, then he needs to move about 23 centimeters more for every stroke, while also moving his arms a little bit faster. This will require more strength, more practice, and a detailed underwater analysis. If his goal is to swim smoothly, then I would suggest to slow down and move even more distance per stroke. For contrast, I know Santos' goal is to swim fast. He moves 1.944 meters for every stroke. Those 23 centimeters difference between Mad Dude and Santos added for every stroke makes a huge difference. Moving that much while moving at 62 beats per minute requires a horizontal body, powerful leverage with the hands, and shoulder, core, and quad strength. This is the ideal 45-year-old body to swim fast. If, on the other hand, he wanted to swim smoothly like I did here, he is missing 68 centimeters for every stroke, but a much slower pace, about 20 beats per minute. He probably doesn't need more strength, but more feeling of flow in the water. Dr. Mike sent us this video of him swimming butterfly. Probably not the Dr. Mike you're thinking about, but it is very hard to see his distance per stroke on this one, but we can see that his BPMs varies from 56 to 48. If his goal is to swim smoother, I would tell him to master the art of swimming slow. If his goal is to swim faster, especially those initial strokes should be faster. It is true that butterfly swimming can be dangerous if done wrong or too intensely, but the lack of spinal movement is even more dangerous. Movement helps keep the spine healthy by maintaining flexibility, strengthening supporting muscles, promoting nutrient flow to spinal structures, and preventing stiffness and degeneration. Regular movement encourages the intervertebral discs to absorb nutrients and oxygen through the pumping action, which is critical since these discs have limited direct blood supply. It also lubricates the facet joints, reducing friction and wear. Exercise and movement strengthen the core and paraspinal muscles that support the spine, improving posture and reducing excessive strain on vertebrae and discs. Movement helps maintain spinal alignment, balance, and mobility, which reduces the risk of injury, degenerative disc disease, and osteoarthritis. Inactivity or prolonged static postures can lead to the decreased disc hydration, muscle weakness, joint stiffness, and increased risk of spinal degeneration and pain. Thus, consistent varied movement, and particularly exercises that focus on strength, flexibility, and balance, are vital for spinal health as adults age. This supports spinal function, reduces pain, and helps maintain independence. How should you swim butterfly then to protect your spine and at the same time give it nutritious movement? I would say like this: slow, getting the movements and timing right, getting the shoulders out, going up and down, and in small amounts on every workout. 25 to 100 meters are more than enough. Don't let the speed of others intimidate you. You'll get better with every practice, and that is more fulfilling than swimming super fast. In a future video, we'll focus on how to get your spine healthy again after you get it injured. If you want to send your video, you only have to answer this questionnaire. And to get to this questionnaire, you need to be subscribed to this level of members on YouTube. You can send us a video every month or cancel your subscription on the first month after sending the video. Remember, this is a YouTube service. We cannot cancel your subscription for you. This is not our app or our webpage. This is a YouTube subscription. This is the lowest price you'll find on a video analysis. And we can do this because we use it as content for our social media. But if you want a private analysis, you can do that too on the higher tier members on YouTube. If you want to find out more about our 5 pillars of swimming, click on this video. If you want to know more about our swimming camps, click on this other video. See you there. Swim smooth.